Peace. Welcome back. The last video I did talked about dreams and numerology. And I told you that I know how to interpret a dream and get the numbers from the dream that you can play Lotto, to play basically pick three, pick four. Probably can do it to do more than four numbers, you can do five numbers. And sometimes you will have a dream where all the numbers that you are asking for are coming to you. So I didn't tell you exactly how. And so what I will do is, one moment.
I need to.
So what I will do is I will tell you how I calculate from part of how I calculate from the dream. So what you need to do, if you're familiar with numerology, and if you're not, I'm going to explain it to you. There is such a thing called a life path number. And in numerology, the belief and what it is, everything has energy. The trees, the plants, the rocks, that's why we like crystals. I'm into that also. Um, Everything around you, people, all have energy. Even the things that you think don't have energy has energy. So your life path number comes from the day you were born. It's your birth date. It's your birth date. So you can take someone's birth date and you bring it down to a single digit, and that will be the number that you use, or part of the number that you would use for the lotto, the pick three, pick four, pick five, or fantasy five, or whatever it is you're playing. So for example, I'm gonna share. All right. You can see here, I made up something to show you how to calculate a life path number, which is also a destiny number. So this is what it is. You use your month, your day, and your year. You reduce each part to make it simple. You reduce each part to a single digit. Then you add each number together and you will have your life path number. If your life path number turns out to be 11, 22, or 33, you do not have to reduce them. However, for certain things you want to do, you might reduce it. In normal numerology, you would not. But for the dreams, you would need to. Because most of the pick three and pick four only come up to 9. They only go up to 9. It doesn't go up to 11 and all those other numbers. So you would need to reduce it down in order to get the number that you're looking for. Now, I gave you an example here of a birthday, 11/11/99. So the month is 11, so that's 1 plus 1 is 2. The year, the day is 11, so that's 2 again. 1 plus 1 is 2. And the year is 1999. So you would take 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. And that gives you 19, because 3 nines is 8, is 27. Oh, no, that's not right. See, caught myself. That's not correct. 9 is 27 and 1 is 28. So that's not right. Let me fix that for you. Okay. Yeah, 9, 1 is 28. So you change 28, it'll be 2 plus 8 will give you 10. Works out to be the same thing, but it was the wrong math. but it's the same thing. So it's 2 plus 8 is 10. And you keep going, 1 plus 0 is 1. So the year equals a 1. So 1999 is a 1 year because of the digits adding up to a 1. So the life path number now is 2 plus 1. It's 2 plus 2, your month, your day, and your year. So 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. Well, I was adding all kind of wrong today. Anyway, it's 5. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So the life path number would be a 5. And that's your destiny number. So what you would do, excuse all that noise behind me, but what you would do then is if you dreamt somebody and you knew their birthday was 11/11/99, 1999, you would do the same process and to get the number that you just got, which is 5. If it's your birthday, say your birthday is, let's see, I did another one here, another example, May 22nd, 1988. Just randomly picked a birth date. The month is the 5th month. May is the 5th month. So it equals 5. You don't have to do any math with that one. The day is 22. So 2 plus 2 is 4. You have to do math for that one. And the year is 1988. Make sure we got this one right. 1 plus 9 is 10. And then 8 and 8 is 16. Yes, 26. So 26, 2 plus 6 is an 8. So you have the life path number 8. So that's right there and there. Say it's just you and one other person in the dream. And you're like, now you wake up, you want to know how to play the number. You can use the 5 from, say it was the other person I just gave you, 5 and the 8. And you can play 058 or you can play 580. But usually it depends on how you see, who you saw first. It's a lot of factors. And I will be creating a Patreon. And what I will do in the Patreon is I'll leave the Patreon here. I'll also leave it on Instagram. And what I'm going to do, for those who want to learn more about this, if you sign up for the Patreon, then I will start to teach you how this is done. So if you sign up for Patreon, you will know certain things that other people won't know, that I won't show on YouTube. But I will show you how to get more creative with how you play the numbers, because there's a lot of people who like to play. And if you do, if you have a pattern or if you have a certain thing you do, then share it and see what happens, because it's a system that you're beating. They gave you the lottery, but that lottery is basically our system. That is something that came from our ancestors. So why not benefit from it? It's our ancestral stuff. All right. Now I can go into like life path number 8, and I can go into what those personality traits are for different life paths. If you would like me to do a video on that, then let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section. You can tell me that you would like to know more about the life path. I'm just showing you this technique. This part of the technique is so that you will be able to deal with the numbers if you are so inclined. However, to learn more about numerology, it is something that is very good because, I don't know if many of you know this, if you live in certain areas, but the Jews don't do anything on certain days. They've already calculated which day is more advantageous to them. And based on their birthday, they have done that. And once they do that, and they know their best days to do things, they will not schedule any meetings. They won't do any big business decisions unless it's on the day that they all have calculated it's better for them. So why don't we do the same thing? We have this knowledge. It is now here for us to use. We should use it to help us to move through this realm that we're in easier. We don't need to have a hard life. We don't have to have a hard life. We can make it easier for ourselves if we have the knowledge and use the knowledge. It's one thing to have knowledge, it's another thing to use it for your benefit, to actually learn from it and use it for your benefit. So it will be advantageous to people to start learning. These are ancient sciences. These are sciences. This is math, but it's sciences because it's also connected to astrology. And there's nothing wrong with astrology. I know in certain religions they tell you, oh, that's garbage, it's hogwash. You shouldn't worry about those things. No. Astrology is a science to help you know more about yourself and others. When you really know and look at the date that someone's born, you can tell their personality. Now, each person's going to be different. You know, you have August Virgos and September Virgos. And I found that some August Virgos act differently than September. And even in the same month, based on when you are born, you may act differently than just by one day or by a couple of days. You may have somebody in the beginning of the month that acts totally different from a September Virgo that is in the end of the month or middle of the month, because September ends on the 22nd. And then you have people that are born on the same day, and they are like oil and water. Nothing's the same. They don't act the same. They don't do it because your specific time you're born also plays a factor in how the planets and the stars are aligned to give you certain traits and certain things. And then environment and your upbringing does play a role. Culture plays a role. Religion plays a role. Because certain cultures, you could be the same day that you're born, and then all of a sudden somebody else is born in a different culture the same day. But because of your value system, you uphold things a little different from everybody else, or that other person is the same day as you. And that happens. So there's a lot of factors that do come into play, but I've found that when I meet anybody, and sometimes I'm curious, I just ask, you know, if you don't mind me asking, what's your sign? And they'll tell me. I was like, well, when's your birthday? And they'll tell me. And then based on that, I got more clues to tell me about that person. I have a lot of clues to tell me about that person. I found certain signs are almost exactly the same. They don't think they are though. But I've been looking at different people I know of the same sign, and they almost move the same way. They act the same way. They're all right. I'll give you an example. I know my daughter doesn't like it when I say this, but it's true. Capricorns. I know a lot of Capricorns. Now, I have a girlfriend, Joanne. She's a Capricorn, but she's on the cusp of Capricorn. To me, she's like on the last day of Capricorn, going into Aquarius. So she doesn't act like the typical Capricorn that I see. But you know what? It could be life experiences that made her like that. But for me, the Capricorns, most of the Capricorns I know, oh, cheap, cheap. Sorry. You may not be, you may be a Capricorn and say, that's not me. And it may not be you. But the ones that I've seen, oh my goodness, they can, and mingy and stingy. It's like, goodness gracious, what's wrong with them? Them selfish, a lot of them, not all. And I'm like, whoa. But remember, like I said, you got December Capricorns and you got January Capricorns. Most of my January Capricorns, this is what I'm seeing. They can be very to themselves, selfish, stingy. But then again, that's like the beginning of January. The beginning going maybe the first week, almost up to the 10th. I've seen that same trait in a lot of those Capricorns. Then you'll get December Capricorns, and they kind of act a little bit different. Some of their traits are the same, but for the most part, they do act, they can be. And then I've had, like I said, I've had some Capricorns that you're like, you sure you're a Capricorn? You don't act like one. And that's because they grew up differently. Their values are different. They chose not to be, because every sign has a positive and a negative. And if you want me to do the video on that, let me know, because that one is very interesting when you really look at the positive of a Virgo and the negative of a Virgo. Everything has a polarity. So that is an interesting one also. But yeah, you have a positive and negative in anything. And it's up to you, because you have free will, to decide what are you going to do? What traits are you going to foster in yourself, develop in yourself? And the choices that you make helps to develop those traits. If you want to be stingy, then you will be stingy. If you want to be generous, you'll be generous. Know this natural law: when you are giving, when you give and you're generous, you get back 100-fold than what you gave. You get it back, because that's how this universe runs. There's rules of the universe. It's biblical, if you want to call it biblical. I've seen it. Yes, you give. The Bible talks about it, but outside of the Bible, that's where it came from. It's natural law. It's the law that was taught to our ancestors how to live with one another. So those things, if you do good, good comes back to you. These are the things that these ancient sciences are teaching and can reteach now, that people are now waking up to accept them, and not believe that they're superstition and evil, which they're not. It's your stuff. It's stuff that was taken out of the Library of Alexandria, that was hidden from you for so long. And now you have a chance to reclaim it and understand it. There's only evil when you use things for a negative purpose. And that's why we have evil in the world. What is evil? If EVIL, if you put it the other way, what is it? Live. Live. So choose to live. Choose to live. And you don't have to do it the other way. You don't have to have those things come to you. Choose to live. Again, like, subscribe, share the channel. I've given you a little clue to how to put, how to get, if you dream somebody, to get a number. I will continue this discussion on Patreon. I will let you know when it's set up, but I will just give you the bulk of how to do it when we go on the Patreon channel, so that you will see exactly what you need to do. And my next video will deal with some more of dreams, what to do to dream. Some people say they don't dream. I've had people tell me, I don't dream because I wake up and I never remember anything. That doesn't mean you don't dream. That just means you don't remember the dream. And if you are not dreaming, there could be something wrong with that, because everybody goes into REM state. You go into REM if you sleep, and you are dreaming when you go into the REM state. So we have to, there's some things you can do to help you with dreams. There's teas you can take. There's crystals that you can use to have around you to foster the dream state. And you have protective crystals. You have, like I said, teas. And then there's other things that people use to enhance their dream state. Meditation, yoga, Tai Chi. There's so many different things that can help you when it comes to dreaming. Cleaning your space, making sure your room is clean, and making sure your space and environment is clear can help you dream. Sometimes those little blockages like that will clear up uh, you being able to dream. So yeah, we'll do a video on the dreaming and give you more details and more ideas on what you need to do to help you dream if you're not dreaming, and to enhance your dreams, to remember your dreams so that you can get the messages that you need from the dream. Peace again, peace and love. And we hope to see you again. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one. Did it again. What? Put it on the thing and I forgot to do this shit again. Still recording.